Brian MacKenzie. I'm with the Inn at Pleasant Lake in New London, New Hampshire. Tonight we're going to work on a soup. It's one of our favorites at the Inn. It's our Potage Lyonnaise. It's a really simple preparation with a combination of potatoes and onions. And then there's a few other ingredients that we'll go into further into the recipe, but you'll enjoy the soup. It can be simple, it can be more complex. So we're going to do the simple version first, and then it will transition into the more complex soup. So first off, for this recipe, we're going to start with a Spanish onion. All right, here's our Spanish onion. In this preparation, you can use different kinds of onions if you like, but the Spanish onion is a nice utilitarian onion. It has a nice balance of flavor. So we're just going to use half an onion in this preparation. So we're just going to, we cut it in half across the onion, and we're just going to take off our outer layer of the onion so that we can get ready for this. There we go. And then just have your nice little rag to wipe off your cutting area, so we don't have any of those extra little tidbits that we don't need. So we're going to dispose of that, and then cut this little end off here, dispose of that as well. And then what we're going to do is just do a nice slice. We're just going to slice down. We're going to cut this thin because we're going to also cut our potatoes fairly thin, and this will reduce your cooking time. It'll make it so that your soup will be prepared in less time. If you cut them fat, it's going to take longer to cook. So we'll just do this. Nice little onion. And then we're going to put this to the side for now. And then we're going to reach over. We're going to get a potato, and we're going to peel the potato. You can use a potato peeler if you like. We'll just do that on the side here. And I tend to use the paring knife. You may lose a little bit of potato, but then you're fighting less with the eyes of the potato when you're trying to get those out. So potato peelers kind of skin right over those at times. So we're just going to use our little knife here. Keep cutting. All right. And we're going to take our little peels. If you have a trash compactor, put them in there. But if you don't, put them in your garbage. Or give them to your pigs. Whatever you want to do. Let's get that piece off too. So now we're just going to cut this in half like our onions. We're going to cut them nice and thin. We're going to use our nice little technique. We're going to use our little index finger to keep from cutting ourselves as our guide to create the right thickness on our potatoes. And then we're going to do this one as well. Okay. There we go. All about the same size. So once they're the same size, they're going to cook at the same rate. So now we're going to do with these potatoes and onions. We're going to put them into our pot. Yeah, right there. And we have another, that was one potato. I'd already prepped two others, so we have 3 potatoes and half an onion in our recipe so far. So with this, we're kind of prepped. We're going to add about 3 cups of stock. Now at this point you can use vegetable stock, chicken stock, or if you want to stay really light, you can just do water. So we're going to bring this to a boil, and we're going to let it simmer. We're going to turn it back down to a simmer and let it simmer until everything softens up. And then once it softens up, we're going to puree the mixture and then finish it and then create all of our magic with our seasoning. All right, we have simmered this soup for about 5 minutes. We're just softening up all the vegetables in the pot so that we can get ready to puree it. And at this point, we're also going to season it up a little bit, add a little bit of salt and some cracked pepper. We're going to put some cracked pepper in there, and this will help give it that extra little bit of good flavor that you're looking for. And I'm also adding a little bit of sugar. Sugar is a nice balance to salt. So when you add that, it'll help balance out the strength of your salt. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take our hand blender. Now you can puree these any number of ways. We're going to use the hand blender because it works. We're going to just turn this off now on the stove. We're going to use our blender. You can put this any number of ways. You can also blend it with a blender, but you'd have to take the soup out, pour it into your blender, and blend it. Or you can use a food processor. In a food processor, you always have to be careful that it doesn't come out of the lid and splash you. And this one also can splash you a little bit. And I like to initially kind of do some pulsing to break them up a little bit, and then once you get it going, you can really start to puree this soup. And if you get some on your clothes, it's okay, because we're in our house. Alright, we're just going to puree that. Make sure all the lumps get out of here. You want to make sure it's really nice and smooth. And like I said earlier, this soup, it can you can keep it very simple so that there aren't a lot of calories in it. If you're part of a workout routine, or you're following some diet plan that needs a very simple low-calorie soup, we have this almost done for that recipe. We have onions, potatoes, a little bit of stock. Like I said, you could do vegetable stock or chicken stock. All right, so that's pureed for us right there. All right, let's stir it up a little bit. Now, for those who are checking this based on a light soup for their low-fat nutrition, we're going to check and see what our seasoning tastes like. It's very good. You could take this from this pureed standpoint, and if you wanted to add different ingredients such as grilled chicken or some vegetables, you could help out your dish a little bit more. All right, so now we're going to take it from this standpoint. We're going to further season it so that we can make this, as I say, restaurant quality for the Inn at Pleasant Lake anyways. So we're going to add just a little bit of balsamic vinegar. And what balsamic vinegar does to the soup, it just adds that little extra depth and flavor. Just helps to kind of work it out. And then we're going to add our cream. The cream is like a 36% milk fat. You can, I mean, if you wanted to tinker around with your recipe and do a more lighter version by using light cream, that's fine too. But cream is a good way to kind of balance the edges of the soup and just soften it up and just make it really nice and creamy. Now this soup is an excellent soup any time of year, but winter time, of course, is the best because it's nice and warm and hearty. All right, so that was about a cup of cream that we added. So once we add all these other ingredients, we have to go back again and check our seasoning because we have added different components. So tastes pretty good, but I'm going to go with a little bit more salt to it and a little bit more sugar so that we get our flavors balanced. We're going to stir that in, and then that's pretty much the Potage Lyonnaise. So we're going to go from here, we're going to plate it, and we're going to put a couple garnishes on. Okay, so now that we have pureed our soup, added our cream, all our seasonings, it is ready for the bowl. So we're going to finish stirring this, reach over and get our nice little ladle. Now, you know, portion sizes are all entirely up to you. We're going to put this bowl, we're going to do probably about a 6-ounce portion, which is really nice because then you can eat other things along with your soup. Oops, let me wipe this up a little bit. Let me get this little, you never want your presentation to have soup on it. So there we go, there's our potage. We're going to add some sliced green onions as a garnish. Isn't that pretty? Look at the color that puts out there. Take that little piece off. And then we have some crispy onions we made earlier, and we'll put those right in the middle. So you've seen two different versions of the soup. You've seen the non-cream version that you can have if you're working out or you're watching your calories, and then this is the restaurant version of the soup. So you can enjoy this, make it for friends. We've made about 6 portions, so you can have a little party just with soup and salad maybe. But if you just give it a try, it's a really simple, really good soup. People love it. And just follow the recipe the way you see it and enjoy. Thank you so much.